Yo, yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yo, yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Hey, my webcam was in front of my actual camera screen. My actual camera. I actually have a better webcam, but for some reason it's not working. But y'all don't waited long enough, so it don't even matter about this webcam. Okay, so let me know if y'all can see what's on my screen. Can y'all see this dude holding these cards in his hand with the fire? And can y'all see the words are actually spells? Can y'all see that? Let me know some, y'all. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, for sure. And are the words in order because they look backwards to me, so I'm just making sure that you guys can see the words facing you. Okay, bet. All right, y'all. Let's see. Okay, bet. Let me go back to the presentation and get started. Okay, I'm about to just adjusting my browser real quick. See something. All right, y'all. We about to be bringing in information today. I'm definitely about to open up y'all minds today. I appreciate everybody for supporting me. I appreciate everybody coming in here. This is my first presentation, and I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm about to turn on a little binaural real quick. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your support. I'm glad people was able to find me on TikTok. I'm glad that we here in this moment and that we about to, get all this good stuff going. I know y'all been watching a lot of stuff on my TikToks. I've been breaking down words individually, but now I'm about to really put all of that together and let y'all see how they connect. I want y'all to get a better understanding of these words. Some of this stuff I got from books. A lot of this stuff I got from books. Some stuff I've came to on my own, just thinking and analyzing the words for myself. Um, and yeah, y'all gonna enjoy. I want y'all to open your minds to see how words really are creating our reality and our existence. Okay, bet. All right, y'all. So look, let's get it started. Okay, hold on. All right, y'all. All right, so what what is the purpose of this? When y'all leave this, I want y'all to have a more open mind. I want y'all to see how words are actually physical, how they do interact with your environment around you, how they do interact with the world in your universe, and you can use words to create your existence and your reality. You can use them to change the universe around you. And I'm going to be breaking down words that that go together, that connect. I'm going to be revealing how the English language is immersed in Christianity and religion and how they've literally become one to keep us in a low frequency state. And I'm gonna also show you how Jesus Christ through the words is literally, or Christianity through the words is literally solar worship, and how Jesus is really a representation of the sun. I'm going to show you all that through words, and I'm going to show you how the words are the basis of everything. You said, will I be able to buy a replay as well? I'm going to figure something out to where you guys can have a certain code to where y'all can rewatch it because y'all paid for this one specifically. But it'll only be up for 24 hours on YouTube, and then it'll be on my website. So for the people that actually pay for this today, you will be able to go on my website and rewatch it. And if you didn't pay for it, then you will have to subscribe to my monthly membership, which is $20 a month, and that'll have any live that I do or any video. All of my stuff will get posted there, and I also am doing music and stuff on there. So first off, I just want to thank all of the teachers before me, all of the people that have helped me understand and help give me knowledge. So make sure y'all go check them out. First, I want to shout out my boy Young Pharaoh. I done learned a lot of information from him. He's opened my mind up to a lot of different subjects, and he's a great teacher, a great brother. Make sure y'all go check him out. Go follow and subscribe to his university and tap in with him. Dr. Lila Africa, as far as holistic health and just understanding more about eating and stuff like that. Shahrazad Ali, Dr. Sabi, it's so many more. But I just want to give thanks to all the people who have influenced me. Sarah Sudin Seti, General Seti. Yeah, I just want to give a thanks to all the people that I supported getting here, that supported me getting here. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. So look, one of the main books that I used in learning this stuff, I could not find, and I didn't want to keep y'all waiting. So I'm actually gonna find the book on the internet so I can show y'all so that y'all can actually look at this yourself. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So this is, let me share my screen with y'all. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. So look. Hold on. All right, y'all. So you see this book right here? It's called Word Magic: The Powers and Occult Definitions of Words. This is a major book. If you want to understand words more, go buy this book ASAP. This is key in understanding words. It's going to help you break down, and it's going to help you understand a lot more. So all of those that have been asking me what books have I been using, this is one of them. Go grab that. It's by Pao Chang. Shout out to Pao Chang because he did a great job with this book. Okay. All right. So the next book, that's a really good book, is this one. Mysteries of the Alphabet. All right. So this book goes and shows you like where certain letters come from. Hold on, I can't really. It's got a list of certain letters, the origins of the letters. It's got the history of A. See this little tab? That's A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it gives the history of all the letters. All right. This one's called The Mysteries of the Alphabet. This one goes hand in hand with the other one I just showed y'all. All right. So I made some references to sacred geometry. This is one of the sacred geometry books that I have. And it talks about, certain shapes, chakras, sounds. It's got a lot of stuff in here. All right. This is another sacred geometry. Oh, and this one's called Sacred Geometry and Efforts from A through Z. Okay. Let me get back so I can see y'all. Okay. And then I got the Big Book of Numerology. This is a great book when it comes to numerology. It's got a whole section in here about letters and stuff too. This is a really good book if you went to numbers and if you went to letters. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the books, y'all. So anything else, anything else that I got was literally deducing the words myself using the skills that I've learned from reading these books on how to break down letters, just seeing them vividly with my third eye, just actually looking at the letter and the word and being able to break them down myself. And some things are in here are just I just want y'all to think about. Not they're not as necessarily um, completely legitimate, but I want y'all to think about them, and I'm gonna let y'all know when I get to those parts. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So words are actually spells. All right. Okay. A word is a physical element of speech, writing used to convey ideas, thoughts, and perspectives. Okay. How are words physical? You said, who is the history of the alphabet by? This one's called, hold on. This one's called Mysteries of the Alphabet. And this book is by Mark Elaine Oaknin. That's the name right there. All right. Okay. Okay, so I said, how are words physical? All right, so let's go back one more. Check that out. Okay, a word is a physical element of speech or writing used to convey ideas, thoughts, and perspectives. All right, a physical element. How are words physical? A kid and somebody would say something to you, and somebody might have said something to you when you was a little kid, and it literally sticks with you to this day. Whether it was right? It became a part of you. It literally became a part of you. It's something that you could be like, man, I remember when I was this such and such age, and I remember when I was this such and such age, and this person said this, that'll never go away. All right. So words are physical. When they told you that words, sticks and stones may break my bones, words may never hurt you, that was a lie because words are literally physical, and I'm gonna prove that to y'all. Okay, right? You can physically hurt someone and they will heal almost perfectly for the most part, right? But words leave an impression on your energy that may last for a very long time, like worthless, downhill, ugly, lousy. You know what I'm saying? Them type of words really get to you. They sit on your character. They could have you feeling down the entire day. Okay? So words are vibrations. Okay? Words are vibrations. What is a vibration? Hold on one second, y'all. I need to send this link out to one more person. I need to send this link out to one more person. Okay. Sending it out to a couple more people. A couple more people needed the link, y'all. My apologies. Okay. All right, I'm back, y'all. Okay. So I said words are vibrations, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, words are vibrations. What is a vibration? Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just making sure that y'all seeing everything that I'm seeing on y'all end. Okay. What is a vibration? All right. all energy comes from the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay? All energy comes from the electromagnetic spectrum. What is the electromagnetic spectrum? Okay? What is the electromagnetic spectrum? Let's break down these into two separate words. We have electro and we have magnetic. All right? Electricity and magnetism are different aspects of the same thing. Okay? For example, your higher self and your lower self. All right? Left or right. All right? Male and female. Electricity is the masculine energy in the masculine aspect of the energy. Cool, stimulating, powerful aspect of electromagnetism. Okay? Magnetism is the exerting or repulsing aspect of electromagnetism. Now, y'all stay with me. We talking about how words are vibrations, right? So what are vibrations? Now we talking about the electromagnetic spectrum, and we're breaking down the electromagnetic spectrum, and we broke that word down into two words, electro, and the stimulating aspect of electromagnetism, and magnetism. Magnetism is the exerting or repulsing aspect of electromagnetism, or the feminine aspect of electromagnetism. All right. So what do I mean by masculine and feminine? All right. The man is the leader, the driving force. All right. The woman is the balancing and stabilizing energy, right? So when we look at a relationship, the man is the stimulating and driving aspect of the relationship. The man is the leader, right? The magnetism or the woman is the balancing aspect, the stabilizing energy, right? So these are just aspects. It doesn't necessarily mean man or woman. These are just masculine and feminine aspects of the same energy, y'all. Okay. So we talking about this is the electromagnetic spectrum. It's electricity and magnetism, which are the same thing, different aspects of one another. All right. Different aspects of the same thing. That is electromagnetism. Okay. Now this is the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay. A spectrum is is basically a timeline, or it's another word for timeline. We could basically say that. Or what we're looking at right now is the electromagnetic spectrum from 0 all the way to 10 over here, from radio waves to gamma rays. Okay, everything that exists within the electromagnetic spectrum. Everything is electricity and magnetism. Okay, everything exists within the electromagnetic spectrum. All right. So you got radio waves at the beginning. All right. You got radio waves at the beginning. You got microwaves, infrared rays, ultraviolet rays, X rays, gamma rays, right? You got visible light rays. So let's start over here at radio waves, right? We're looking at radio waves. Now, radio waves are big, right? They're big and they're not as dense, right? You get denser as you get over here, right? So radio waves are the waves or the frequency that we use to communicate with one another. All right. So this is showing you the length and the length that these waves exist on. So telephone poles towers use waves, right? Your router or your telephone poles use radio waves. Your Wi-Fi router uses radio waves. Your TV uses radio waves. Okay. Now, once we get away from radio waves, we get into microwaves. A microwave, your phone uses a microwave. Damn near, you see your phone is right between radio waves and microwave. You damn near holding a microwave in your hand. You feel me? Your phone is damn near a microwave. All right. So then once you get away from microwaves, see it gets a little bit denser. We get to infrared rays, right? Right? Okay, so you know what infrared light is. Now, once you get past infrared light, we run into something called visible light, right? Visible light is this, but it's so small. You see how radio waves is long over here? Visible light is so small, they had to use these lines to show you how small it was. They had to expand it just to show you. So this little small spectrum right here is where we exist. Everything around you, look around for a second, y'all. Just take a look around and wherever you at. You see these, you see red, yellow, orange, green, blue, you see the colors of the rainbow. This is the part of the universe that you exist in. This small portion of the universe is where you exist. Out of the visible light, out of the whole electromagnetic spectrum, you exist in this little tiny portion between infrared and ultraviolet. They couldn't even put visible light down there. The reason that I'm emphasizing this so much is because there is an entire universe outside of your small comprehension of a universe. You feel me? This visible light right here is what you're interpreting. Everything else you cannot see or even feel, right? Only thing that we can really feel is radio waves. Only thing that we can really feel, we can feel these other rays, but it's just not perceivable to our five physical senses, right? So once you get past visible light rays, you got ultraviolet light, right? We can see ultraviolet light. That's the ultraviolet light, right? So you got ultraviolet at the end of the visible light spectrum. Then you got infrared at the beginning of the visible light spectrum. So infrared means, ultra red or lesser red. The ultraviolet is the ultraviolet part of the visible light spectrum that it goes into its own little spectrum, right? Then you got X-rays. X-rays and what they do when they go to an X-ray, you see the hand right here. They're shooting a visible X-ray at your body, and it's bouncing off of the bones because the bones is too dense, right? And that light reflects and bounces onto a piece of paper and gives it an image of your bones, right? So they literally zapping you with rays when you go get an X-ray, and it can actually mutate your cells. That's why they put the thing over your body, right? So you have and then you have gamma rays, right? So back to radio waves though. Back to radio waves. You see radio waves are what are the starting waves. They are everything forms into existence coming from radio waves. So that just goes to show you how powerful words are. These are the words. These are this is the creating force of life. Radio waves. We speak, you hearing my voice in a radio wave right now. Radio waves is what creates everything. Everything transforms out of that. All right, as everything gets denser. But it comes as radio waves. All right. So before there was light, there was sound. So in the Bible, when God says, let there be light, God is saying, let there be light. Literally. This is science. Let me get a drink of water real quick. All right, so this is another picture of the electromagnetic spectrum. It's just a different diagram. All right. So you got radio waves, microwaves, infrared rays, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. All right. So just take a look at this picture and just absorb this, right? I just want y'all to look at this and absorb this. I'm gonna leave this up for a couple minutes. And remember, y'all, we talking about vibration because words are vibrations. That's why we learning about the electromagnetic spectrum right now. I'm gonna let y'all look at that for another 60 seconds. I want y'all to really absorb and take a good look at this. All right, so I bet y'all didn't know that radio waves were used to broadcast TV. Bet you didn't know that it was radio waves coming from your TV, right? So you used microwaves is used for cooking. I hope not. Radar, telephone, and other signals, right? You got infrared heat transmits heat from this, or infrared transmits heat from sun, fires radiators. You got visible light makes things able to be seen. You have ultraviolet absorbed by the skin, used in fluorescent tubes, used to x-rays used to view inside of bodies and objects, used in medicine for killing cancer. Okay. All right. Now, this picture is used to show you how big these waves actually are. All right. So when we're looking at radio waves, you can see the size of these waves are like a soccer field or a house, even. Right. Sources: AM radio. Right. Okay. You got FM radio. Microwaves are about to get closer to the size of a start at the size of a baseball, start getting towards the size of this period. Then you got infrared rays, which waves are about the size of a cell. Then you get to bacteria. Then you get visible light, right? Soft X-rays, protein size, water molecule size. These are the, if you could imagine the size of a water molecule, that is the size in the wavelength, not necessarily size, but the wavelength. And the wavelength is the length of the wave, right? So then we get all the way down to gamma rays, and they get even shorter and shorter. Okay. So now, now I want y'all to watch this video on cymatics. And cymatics is the study of visible sound. So we're going to get a chance to take a look at what sound looks like so we can see exactly how it works. All right. So I'm about to go to this YouTube video. The strongest waves is radio waves. Okay, let me
So let's see what we can whip up here. All right, so let's choose hip hop. Let's go to the key that we were in, F sharp minor. Let's choose a chord progression first. Let's see what's up.
Okay, boom. All right, this is cymatic science versus music, right? So we're just gonna watch this video. I'm gonna let y'all watch it.
The film you're about to see has no characters. If you spare a little of your imagination, it is a film to describe to you the effect of cymatic frequencies.
Okay, and just to let y'all know, they have sound hooked up to these liquids. All right, right. Hold on. Let me just make sure y'all can hear. Somebody put type yes if y'all can hear what's going on. I just want to make sure. Whoa, that's trippy as hell. Somebody type yes if y'all can hear the music coming from the YouTube. Okay, cool. You putting sand on the sound plate. Now look at that, y'all. Y'all see the sound is changing the shape of the fucking sand into geometry. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about sacred geometry. When you talk, your voice shifts the physical reality. You see this? This is liquid right here. Your body is 75% water. When you hear music and sound, it literally shifts and moves your molecular structure around just like what you are seeing. It shifts and shapes your DNA. That is why music is so powerful. That is why music is so powerful. That is why the words and what you say are so powerful. Look at that water shifting. That's your body. That's your body right now. Right? Now you can start to feel it. The more we talk about it, the more you start to feel the sounds. Right? It's changing the chemistry of your body. A song can literally make you happy or sad. That is a chemical reaction in your body. Y'all, I honestly believe this is how the pyramids were created.
Everything owes its existence solely, completely to sound.
You heard what he said, y'all. Everything owes its existence completely to sound. All right. All right, y'all. So I just got to see cymatics firsthand. So that was one video. That was a video that of some cymatics that I seen that really allowed me to ingest and understand how powerful words are in accordance with us, with our body being 75% water, with us being material like that. It really can affect you. All right. I'm about to show y'all another cymatics video.
The only thing that is stopping you from not growing on TikTok right now, and my my top mentorship clients, Gemini Rodriguez Art over.
The sand is literally shifting to the frequency of the sound. The physical is literally shifting to the metaphysical. And even the ones that's moving around, that looks like they're moving chaotically, they're not even moving chaotically. They're in rhythm too. That's why they all slow down, and speed up at the same time. This is truly amazing, y'all.
Brilliant helps you see math in a new way. From the Pythagorean theorem to the area of a circle,
All right.
algebraic properties.
All right, y'all. I got one more cymatics video for y'all before we get back into the presentation. This is a really good one too. Yo, you guys said the stream dropped. What was the last thing that y'all seen?
Cymatics is the study of visible sound and vibration.
Yo. Yo, is everybody good? Hold on, I'm coming back. Coming back. All right, everybody back. What was the last thing that y'all heard? Did y'all see the last video I just played of the sand shifting on the plate? You said it was mid video. You guys want me to go back and play the other video, or you guys want me to go to the next one? Drop during that back. Okay. Okay. All right, bet. Okay, bet. All right, this is another cymatics video. Hold on. Let me share my screen.
Let's say you play a sine wave through cymatics is the study of visible sound and vibration. Let's say you play a sine wave through a speaker attached to a dish of water. Depending on what frequency you play, a pattern will be made in the dish of water. Now, the effects on water are interesting on their own, but by mixing some of that water with about twice as much
Now look at this,
cornstarch,
y'all.
we get what's called a non-Newtonian fluid, a substance that flows like a liquid, but under stress stiffens to sort of a solid. And this makes for some rather interesting results under strong vibration.
All right, now
Watch what happens as I turn
this
up the
is
amp
a
using the 60
liquid
hertz wave.
like solid, right? Under vibration. Now, me personally, I believe that this is similar to the way that we vibrate into existence from DNA, because we are liquid beings. We are 75% water. I honestly believe this is the way, and we're even more like water. We're even more like water when we're in the womb, and we vibrate and we become denser and denser and denser to the point to where it doesn't look like we're vibrating anymore because we're so solid. Now you see it's literally crawling on top of itself, and it's doing it at a certain frequency. He's playing the tone generator at a certain frequency, and it's causing the liquid form to vibrate and to shake.
As well, but it seemed to require a bit more amplification.
And it's all doing that at a specific rhythm.
All that from cornstarch, water, and a little sound.
Yo, you said, can I make? Could y'all see the video? Did y'all see the video? Did y'all see that last video with the cornstarch and the water? Yes, cause see, he was asking to enlarge. Okay, bet. Let me go back to it. Okay. Here, I'll go back and enlarge it for a quick second for y'all so y'all can see up close. I forget some of y'all on y'all phone. That shit is creepy, yo. That shit is creepy. That is freaky. Quite cool. All right, so we moving on. All right. So we're gonna be talking a lot about the etymology of the words. Now we just went over how words are vibrations, y'all. We had to clearly see and get an idea of how powerful the words are, so that next time that you say something, you are very conscious of what you are doing. You are not just saying stuff at random. Make sure that you put in good energy into people. Make sure that because your words are literally energy, y'all. Your words are literally energy that form the being. You keep calling somebody ugly, eventually you will see them as ugly. They'll become ugly because of that. You keep calling somebody a bitch, they'll become a bitch. So be careful with your words. All right. So we're going to be talking about the etymology of the words. All right. So the word etymology, very big word, very important word. All right. So etymology is the derivation of the word. It means where a word comes from, where it was derived from. All right. So let's look at the etymology of the word etymology. Where does the word etymology come from? Right? The word etymology comes from etymologia, meaning facts of the origin and development of a word. Okay? So let me show y'all something real quick so y'all know exactly where I'm getting this stuff from. All right, we're going to go to Google right quick. We're going to go to Google right quick. Share screen. Boom. Okay. So we type in Etym Online. This is a website. You can look up the origin of any word on here. Hold on. I think I got y'all on the wrong. Okay, here we go. All right, Etym Online. So you can go here, Etym Online, and look up any word you want, and it'll tell you the origins of the word. So what I'm reading to y'all is from here. Okay. So I want y'all to understand, if you want to go look up any word, see etymologia, facts of the origin and development of a word. So if you ever want to look up the origin of a word, see where it came from, you can go on this website. All right. Okay. So from Old French etymology, I'm gonna start. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go back real quick. From etymologia, facts of the origin and development of a word. All right. From Old French etymology, modern French etymology, from Latin etymologia. These are the different languages that have used this words, and what languages it came from, and how these languages passed them down over time. Right. So it comes from Latin etymologia, from Greek etymologia. Okay, it is the analysis of a word to find its true origin, properly study of the true sense of a word. The true sense or original meaning. All right. So remember in English class in school when you were first learning English, certain words just didn't make sense, like how they were spelt, right? Like the word phone versus phone, right? It's a lot of words in the English language that are spelt ways that they shouldn't be spelt. And like, for example, P shouldn't make a F sound, right? So I'm letting y'all know this. They made it confusing like this on purpose so that they could hide words that sound the same, that look the same, but mean different things. That it confused you for a reason because it's not natural. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to pay attention to that. All right. The letter W is really two words, right? W. Okay. So now this is just some stuff that I've stumbled upon and that I've made connections with, right? One that always stuck out to me was the word college versus knowledge. And I know that with the Freemasons, they refer to the ledge as like knowledge is knowing the ledge because Masons were builders. So when when they would build, if you knew the ledge, that means you were knowledgeable, right? So when we look at the word college, the college doesn't have a ledge in it because there's nothing to look over. Because college is used to get you to work for somebody else. You and I'm not disrespecting anybody who's went to college. If you went to college, do your thing, do what you got to do. You feel me? But there's a reason why you have to have a degree to work for a business, but you don't have to have a degree to own and run one. All right. So when you look at the words, you can see and notice things in the words. All right. So we're going to look at synonyms, right? Synonyms. We got the word sin right here. I'm just pointing that out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Synonyms are a group of words that generally mean the same thing, right? They're good for creative purposes, but for the most part, in my opinion, I feel like they're used for manipulation. You know, I feel like it's used to so that we can say things a bunch of different ways and people won't understand them. We can make up a bunch of words that mean the same thing so that when we speak in a different context, the people won't understand if we're not using general terms. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. All right. Words that are silent or letters that are silent, like baloney. Like, why is baloney spelled with two O's and a G? B-A, loney, right? This is how baloney should be spelled. All right. Just based off of how it sounds. Why does baloney have a G in it? That makes no sense. Right? This also shows that vowels are interchangeable because that means that a O can make an A sound now. Buh, right? O makes a O sound. O, not okay? Baloney. A can make an I sound. So remember that. Different letters can make different sounds that they weren't originally assigned to. What's that about? What's that about? All right. The word need does not need a K. All right, it's so many words. I can go on and on, but I'm not because y'all know y'all get the point. All right, these methods of words and these tricks that I'm explaining to y'all. These are ways that you can use to break down words. When you start looking at words that sound the same, words that are spelled different, words that all right. So this is what I'm showing you. I'm showing you how to break down words and how to look at them from different perspectives. All right, words that are phonetically similar, like two, and two. Why does the third two have a W, right? They could have spelled it two like TUE, like Tuesday, and Tuesday is the second day of the week, right? So that just goes to show you that all these words have a connection, right? Two is a connection, is connecting. We're going to, right? The other two means also, meaning referencing a pair, and the TWO is referencing a pair too. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Just want y'all to open y'all minds up. All right. Words that sound the same have relationships. there are tools to break down words and to understand their occult meanings. This is why Asian or English was so confusing. All right. Words that sound the same have relationships. The art of anagram and antigram. All right. So let me show y'all something. All right. An anagram and an antigram are words, phrases, or names formed by rearranging the letters of another. Okay. A word, phrase, or name formed by rearranging letters of another. For example, an antigram would be a word that you can rearrange the letters and it means the opposite, right? So silent, the antigram of silent is listen, right? The S is right here, the I is right here, the L is right here, the E is right here, the T is right there, and the N is right there. And you have to listen, you have to be silent in order to listen. I don't think that's a coincidence, right? We got funeral, has the word real fun. Either this is a joke on the human society, or your funeral is actually supposed to be fun, and you're not supposed to have it after you die. You're supposed to have your funeral before you die, and it should be the funnest event ever. Okay. Or the word car and arc, right? A car has an arc in it. That's what makes it a car, right? For the most part. You got convertibles where you could take the top off, but it still has a top and it still has an arc. All right. Dormitory and dirty room. All right, we know what a dorm is. We know what a dorm is. A college dorm. They're dirty. Majority of college dorms are dirty. That's just the fact. You got college kids up there. I think it's just weird. It's crazy how they flip these words like this. Customers and store scum. Right? Customers and store scum. All right. Letters are actually symbols for words. Okay. Meaning letters are really words. And I'm going to show y'all. Let's look at the letters and how they are actually pronounced. Right? We're going to look at the entire alphabet and then look at the vowels individually. All right? So this is what makes a vowel or a consonant a consonant. You look at the letter A, it has A-Y-E in it. When you say A, you're pronouncing a Y and an E. All right? So the letter A is actually a word in a sense, because in order to pronounce it, you need other letters. All right. B has the letter E at the end of it, right? Every consonant is going to have a vowel at the end of it, because you need a vowel in order to pronounce even the letters themselves. C, D, and I'm not going to repeat them all, but the letter E is the only one that you can that doesn't have anything behind it. It's just there's no sound after E. E is its own word. E is its own letter, its own sound, right? And this is stuff that I've noticed, y'all. F, right? H, it has a C sound in it. I. That's not right. All right, so O is either O-W or O-H, and we know this because we actually spell O like this. Right? So look at this. We got the letter R. We actually spell our R like this with the E at the end. All right, V, right? Then we got W, which is literally 2 words. All right, X, Y, right? So Y is an interesting one because Y starts with W. What, Y, right? Y starts with a W. That's why they say A-E-I-O-U, sometimes Y, because when you looked at all the other vowels, they didn't have a consonant in it. Y is the only vowel that starts with a consonant. All right, then you got Z. All right, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y. You see these other ones? They all got Y-E, I-Y-E. O has a W at the end of it, and U and Y. And honestly, O can go either way, because depending on how you say O, it cannot have a W at the end of it. And it could just be O. All right. Words and letters are really just references to sounds that are produced by vibrations. Okay. Words and letters are really just sounds, are references to sounds that are frequency. Okay. Our world is made of words. Okay. Our world is made of words. And if you look at the word world and word, they're basically the same word if you take out the L. All right. Now, the words world and word, or the words world and world, are phonetically similar, meaning they sound the same, but are spelled different, right? So the world actually whirls, right? Okay. So, damn, I just cut myself. I don't know how I just did that. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. Okay, so now we talked about. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get some water. I just spilled my water over. Okay. So now we're about to get into the now we're about to get into the Christian background, in our words, and how Christianity is merged into the English language, and how they all combine together. This English this English language is being used to manipulate. The English language is being used to manipulate us subconsciously into Christianity. Christianity is merged into the English language occultly, and they use these letters to teach their people how to understand this stuff, right? So I'm about to show y'all so y'all can get an understanding. All right. So why do Puerto Ricans speak Spanish? Right? Contrary to belief, Puerto Rican is not a race; it's an ethnicity of African people, right, and of Native Americans. And Native Americans is an ethnicity too of African people, right? So why do Puerto Ricans speak Spanish? Because Spaniards conquered the Puerto. Because this language all the way over here have the same language as people all the way over here. Otherwise, okay, they're on two completely different continents. Okay, now I want to show you guys. This is the German alphabet. This is the German alphabet. This looks like English. Literally looks like English. We are basically speaking a German language. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S. We are speaking a German language, y'all. I bet y'all didn't even think that. Y'all thought we were speaking English, which was from Britain and the English people. I'm about to show y'all something. I'm about to show y'all something. Right? So, what is the etymology of English? Right? Remember, etymology is the true or origins of the word. Hold on. Just making sure everybody's still in here. We ain't missing out on nothing. Okay. All right. So we're gonna look at the etymology of the word English. All right. Is of or pertaining to the angles. That is the etymology of the word English. Of or pertaining to the angles. Right. So who are the angles? They were a Germanic group that took over England, right? They came from Germany, went over to the British Isles. They took over England, right? So the word English is derived um the etymology of the word English is of or pertaining to the Angles, meaning relating to the Angles. Who were the Angles? The Angles were a Germanic group that took over England, right? Boom. So the Angles were a Germanic group that took over Britain, right? Right. The Angles spoke English. The Angles spoke English. The Angles were Germans, right? The Angles spoke English. Okay. Then English became English, right? And England became England, right? Remember, I told y'all vowels can be replaced. That A and that E is no different. All right, that's cover up. All right. So remember, an anagram is a word like silent and listen, where you can rearrange the letters back and forth. Where silent and listen got all the same letters. The anagram of angles is angels. Okay, remember, angels and angles are anagrams. Okay, boom. So, remember I said anagrams share similarities. What do angles and angels have in common? Right? So, I'm about to show you how words that are rearranged are connected. And you can rearrange words and connect them with other words. So, what does angles and angels have in common? Let's take a look. So, first, we need to know what prefixes, suffixes, and word roots are, right? A prefix is a word or letter in front of another. That's it. The root word is your part of the word, okay? A suffix is the word after the prefix or word root, right? And the root word is the major part of the word. I'll double that slide. Okay. So, for example, Bio is the prefix, or I'm sorry, the word root. It's the word root or the prefix, one or the other. Ology is the suffix. Bio meaning life, ology meaning the study of. Every word in the English dictionary is made of multiple words, right? So bio meaning life, relating to life. So anytime you see the word bio, biography, it's relating to life, right? Biology, biography, bionic, whatever it is, it's relating to life. All right. Theo means relating to God. Ology meaning the study of. Theology, biology, it's all the study of. Anytime you see ology, it's the study of. So if you know word root suffixes, you can look at multiple words and know the meanings of them. All right. Anthropology, the study of societies and cultures. Anthrop meaning societies and cultures, ology meaning the study of societies and cultures. All right. So let's look at words that are the same, that are related to the words angel and angle. So remember, we about to relate angles with angels. We're about to relate the angles with angels, right? Not only the angles, but angles, period, like an angle of light, right? So one word that we can reference, or one word that has a connection to the word angel and angle, is the word radiant, right? So, what is a radian? All right, so first we're going to talk about a ray, right? A ray is a straight line. Remember in geometry, we was learning about the ray. A ray is a straight line, right? So, the radius or the radian is this the line from the center of the circle to the outside of the circle, right? This is the arc right here. This arc is the length of this line, right? So it's a little formula you use to determine the arc length, and that is the radius. And this is measured in degrees and radians, right? Angles are measured in degrees and radians, right? Just like the sun is measured in degrees, right? The sun is measured in degrees. All right, so I'm gonna pull this together for y'all, right? So we know that the word radian is connected with the word angle and angels, right? So let's look at the word radius, at the words radius, radiant, and radiant, right? They all related to the Latin word radius. They all derive from this word radius, meaning staff, stake, rod, spoke of a wheel, ray of light, or beam of light. All right. A ray in math is a straight line. Okay. All right. So when it says radius meaning staff, rod, spoke of a wheel, ray of a light, right? Let's go back. And this part can get confusing, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. All right, so we talking about the radian. Now, the radian is a staff, a spoke, or a ray of light. Now, the sun is measured in degrees, the circle is measured in degrees. Okay? All right, the circle can be looked at as the sun. So we have this circle can be looked at as the sun, right? So you got a ray right here, but a ray of light comes from the center of the sun, right? When we say radiant, we're talking about light. Like when something is radiant, it means it's glowing, it means it's bright. So Jesus is the sun, right? Jesus is the sun, okay? Or the center. All right. So remember, the sun is a radius because radius means ray of light. So the sun is a radius by definition. Okay. It is also radiant. The sun is also radiant, right? Remember, angels are often depicted as light beings, aka radiant, right? Angels are often depicted as light beings. Okay, here's some pictures. This is an angel. This is an angel. One could say that they're radiating or they're a light being, right? The word ang, remember we talking about prefixes and suffixes, right? Here's another word that's related to angle and angel. Ang, because ang is an angel and angle, right? So ang means to bend, right? This is why in the last Airbender, the main character name was Ang or Aang, right? All right. A word that is related to bend is arc, right? So Aang means to bend, and the word that is related to bend is arc, right? Now, don't forget about the arc and the circle of the radius, right? Now, you can't forget about archangels. So we remember we looking at words that are relative or that you can relate to angles and angels. Angles and angels. This is how we know they're the same because the words that we're using are interchangeable for both of them. You can refer to an angel as a radiant being, but you can also reference angles or radiance when you're referring to angles. You can also reference arcs when you're referring to an angle on the circle. You can also refer an arc to an angel when you're talking about archangels, right? So we're gonna keep going. All right, which makes sense. All right, we said the sun or circle. So right, the radiant being, he is the sun. This is the circle is the sun. His angels, his archangels, the archangels are the highest ranking angels, right? They would be on the arc on the outside, the highest ranking. Jesus will be the sun or the center, the radiant being, y'all. We're talking about angles, the angles, the angels, the angles. They're the same thing, okay? All right. So Jesus is the Son. That's why Jesus is referred to as the Son of God, because nobody owns the Son, right? Nobody owns the Son. It's God's Son, right? So Jesus is the Son. He's the center. He's the radiant being, right? So now look, they saying that this is a halo behind his head, but really it's the Son, right? That's why you go to church on Sunday, because you're worshiping the sun and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. All right. English is the language of angles or angels created by the false gods, right? So y'all wondering why all this is their occult way of doing things. This is their hidden message way of doing things. This is how they communicate on an even deeper level beyond our understanding. But I want y'all to understand how these words go together, and that angles, and that these Germans, they created all of this stuff. They created these religions. They created these letters to go along with these religions, and it's a lot deeper than what you think. All right. So English is the language of the angles or angels created by the false gods. Right. Right. Think about it. The English language can be interpreted from many different, all right, perspectives, angles, or viewpoints. That's an example itself. Just by me saying perspectives, angle, or viewpoints is a different way of saying the same thing, a different way of coming at it from a different angle, right? All right. So hidden inside the English language is the esoteric knowledge of the false gods. This is how they communicate. They using these words, these letters, these synonyms, these antigrams, these anagrams to talk around each other, to communicate their language. All right. All the letters in the alphabets have positive and negative energies, masculine and feminine energies, right? So here are some examples. and not just masculine and feminine, but they all carry different characteristics. The letter T, right? Like a tree, right? The letter T is shaped like a tree. That's not a coincidence, right? And the letter T also starts the word tree, right? So you got the letter M. The letter M is shaped like a mountain and also starts mountain. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that, y'all. Come on now. Come on now. The proof is in the pudding. These people were living by the land. They were drawing symbols of the landscape to show you a quick way. Like, okay, we're just gonna draw this real quick to emphasize showing you what a mountain looks like, right? And over time, it just changes slightly, right? We got the letter H. Excuse me. Right? So the letter H is shaped like a ladder, right? And the word hill starts with H. And hills are easier to climb than mountains, right? We got the letter S. The letter S is shaped like a snake and starts the letter also and starts the word also, right? Look at that. The letter S even makes the sound that a snake does. Right? This is another example of humans taking from what they learn from nature and putting it down on paper. All right. You got the letter B. Right? Right? Can't make this stuff up, y'all. Literally shaped like a B. Literally shaped like a B. Right? It also starts the words too. Baby, butt, breast, born, all start with the letter B. Okay? The alphabet or alpha beta is comprised of masculine and feminine energies, y'all. Right? So I'm about to show y'all how they're putting the story of Jesus Christ into the alphabet and we don't even know it. I'm show y'all how the alphabet is way deeper than what you thought. And this is only a small excerpt. This is all that I know. This is all that I've learned from what's in the alphabet, right? And how it connects with that. So the letter A is derived from the Greek letter alpha. Now we're about to take a look and compare the English language to the Greek alphabet. All right. So this is A. This is our letter A. We call our letter A. They call their letter alpha. This is how they pronounce their A. This is their A right here. This is their letter. This is how you say their letter. This is our letter, right? This is their letter, and this is how they say their letter. So you got A, we would call that alpha. B, we would call that beta. C, we would call that chi, and it's an X, okay? D is delta. E, epsilon. F, phi, right? So this is the language that we got our language from right before German, right? It was the Greeks first, and then it goes back to Latin, and it keeps going further back. Goes Phoenician and goes Latin, goes even further back. H is Eta, right? Just take a look at these, y'all. Just want y'all to take a look. All right, look at R. R is P. I want y'all to pay attention to these ones mostly. R, how R looks like a P. How C is an X. And how A and B is alpha and beta. And G is gamma, and it looks like an L. All right. Pay attention to those. Right. So the Phoenicians, this is where the Greeks got their letters from. The Phoenicians were like Arabs. All right. So you got the letter A, which looks like a bull. Right. The letter A is an upside down bull. Looks, these are the horns at the top, and this is the head. So A or alpha or a Aleph in Phoenician, alpha is a Aleph. So you got bull or ox. Beth, this is where the letter B comes from. This is where the letter A comes from. It's just flipped upside down. Beth or B in Phoenician means house or womb or woman. Okay? Right? Gamel was G. They didn't have a C back then. The letter C comes from the letter G. All right? That's why the letter C and the letter G looks the same. All right, the letter A is derived from the Greek letter alpha. The Greek letter alpha comes from the Phoenician Aleph. If you look at Aleph and alpha, they are even spelled the same. The only difference is this A and this E, and the L, P, and H are rearranged. But if you switch these two letters, you will have alpha and Aleph, right? So that's another example of A and E being the same letter. All right. So remember, Aleph represents the bull, and you can see the letter A is an upside down bull with horns. It looks just like an A, right? So Aleph represents the man, the father, and the bull. Okay. The letter B comes from the Greek beta. This is where the term alphabet or alpha beta comes from. Okay. Right. So alpha, beta, these are frequencies. These are the brain waves that the frequencies that the brain operates off of. Beta, alpha, delta, theta, and gamma. Beta is the awake, normal, alert consciousness state, right? When you up, moving around, your most active state. Alpha is the physically and mentally relaxed, awake, but drowsy state. Like you damn near getting a massage state where you just super relaxed, but you're awake, right? Delta is the deep, dreamless sleep loss of bodily awareness state. So this is the more subconscious. Once you get to the delta, theta, and gamma, we are at the subconscious level. We are at the subconscious level. Up here, we are at physical level. So the alpha beta or alpha bit is keeping us in a physical, awake, alert state, a very active physical state, as opposed to a delta, theta, and gamma state. Okay. Right. The Greek letter beta comes from the Phoenician letter Beth. Okay. Beth means woman, house, or womb. Right. Beth means woman, house, or womb. Alpha means man, bull, or father. Right. All right. So this is why Jesus is born in Bethlehem. Bethlehem. Because Beth meaning house, right? And Phoenician, or no, Beth meaning house or womb, right? And Lehem meaning bread, right? So Bethlehem, right? So Lehem meaning bread. So we get to the next slide. Jesus is the bread. Jesus always refers to himself as the bread in the Bible, right? So here's an example. John 6:51. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. So Bethlehem is the house of bread or the womb of Jesus, right? So Jesus was born in Bethlehem, the house of bread. This is all symbolic, y'all. We don't know these languages like that. We don't know what they're saying. We just think Bethlehem is a place. We don't know Bethlehem literally means house of bread or womb of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what they named it. Okay. All right. It's important to know that the New Testament of the Bible was originally written in Greek. This is why you hear, I am the Alpha and Omega. All right. the letter C comes from the Greek letter chi. So in Greek, a C is an X, right? The Greek letter chi comes from the Phoenician letter Gamel. Okay, so letter C comes from chi, which looks like an X, and the Greek letter chi comes from the Phoenician letter Gamel. Right? Let's jump back to the word arc for a second. Beginning, origin, or first cause. The word arc can be used as a suffix or prefix, like monarch, meaning a monarchy is a society that's ran by one person. Oligarch is a society that's ran by a group, and a hierarchy is a society that's ran in order of royalty status. Archaeology, archetype, architecture, and archbishop, right? Based off the word archbishop, we can say Christianity and the word ark. And don't forget about Noah's Ark or the archangels. So we know the word ark goes with Christianity. Okay. Now, when you type in ark over here, hold on, y'all. Let me check the stream right quick. Okay, we good. We good. All right. So when you look at the word ark right here, right? When you translate this to Greek, this is what it looks like. ARCHE turns into APXE. Remember, I told y'all that R looks like a P in Greek. X looks like a C. And this letter X in Greek is C, but they call it chi. So it's got the ch sound on it. So you got AR ch E. So you got arc. This is arc, right? Right? So this letter A is called alpha in Greek. This is called rho. The letter R in Greek is rho. Then X is chi. E is eta. So you got alpha, rho, chi, eta. Okay? Alpha, rho, chi, eta. That's how you spell arc. Okay? So in Greek, arc, hold on. Let me go back. Okay? So you got alpha, rho, chi, eta. The word arc phonetically is arc, like RK. Arc is arc with just R and K. That's what it sounds like, right? So now look, peep this. In Greek, arc looks like PX, right? So this is R in Greek. This is C in Greek, right? So arc, right? And remember, arc is RC, but this is the sound it makes, RK, okay? So, hold on. Okay. Now, when you combine these two letters together, you get the monogram, right? Called Chi Rho. This is a Christian symbol called a Christogram. A monogram is a combination of two or more letters to create a symbol, such as Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or Chanel, right? So this picture right here is called Chirogram. They call this a Chirogram, all right? Right? Here's another example of a monogram. So just to let y'all know that this is not no made up word. Monograms are used a lot, and there's a word for symbols like this. Louis Vuitton is a monogram. Chanel is a monogram. Didn't even know it was a word for these type of things, right? So this is another picture of the chirogram, the P and the X, right? This looks like some pirate stuff to me, right? My own thoughts is it looks like a pirate sword. This looks like a boat wheel. This looks like the steering wheel on a boat. And this looks like a sword, right? So the reason that that's not far-fetched to me is because the sword, a real sword, like a crusader sword, looks like a cross. And they was running around with their crosses and they always hold up their cross. So it's like they were carrying their religion with them. They were fighting with their religion. It was symbolic. Even the weapon that they used was symbolic to what they represented. And that's why I think that this is a pirate symbol. And this is because it looks like they sword. The letter P looks like the little sword that they used to use or whatever. Okay. So when written, Chi-Rho, you remember the Chi-Rho-gram, Chi is C, Rho is R, XP. When people refer to this symbol, they don't write it PX. They don't write it PX, or in English that would be RK, right? Or RC. They write it XP. Okay? Right? XP, remember, XP is really RC, which makes it sound arc, right? So you got the Chi-Rho-gram. You got the Chi-Rho-gram. We get that from the sound arc, and arc in Greek is PX, right? So when they refer to this symbol, though, they call it XP. So XP is pronounced and makes the cr sound, cr, because X is a C, R or P is a R, right? So you got XP makes the cr sound, so which is the beginning of the Christ sound, right? Which is the beginning of Christ. So the symbol does not so much represent the ark so much for Christians, you know, the ark sound, but the Christ or the Christ principle. Okay. So the Christ principle or soul principle is the occurrence of spirit connecting to matter, and Jesus is the connection between man and God, God being spirit. Jesus is the connection between man and God because the only physical representation of God himself. He was of soul with matter. Okay. So this is what the Bible and Christianity and religion is really used for. And its rightful sense. You feel me? 99.99% of people aren't using Christianity at this level. But if they were, then Christianity wouldn't be such a bad thing. But because they don't explain to you what Christ really represents and what these principles really means, you get in a false interpretation of spirituality. Okay? So Christ represents the soul principle or the Christ principle, which is the connection of spirit and matter, right? Right? The Greeks got the symbol including the Chi-Rho-gram. Remember, Chi-Rho-gram is the XP from the Egyptians, and Chi-Rho comes from the Egyptian Ankh. Remember, y'all, Chi-Rho is X and R, right? That's what they call it. They call it XP, but really it was PX, but they call the symbol XP, but it really is PX, which is arc, right? So the arc is the XP logo, which looks like this, right? Arc, right? It's got the little loop at the top. It's even got an arc right here. It's got the loop at the top, right? Boom. They got that from the Ankh, the loop at the top, right? The etymology of Ankh is soul life, right? Soul life. The etymology of Ankh or arc is beginning, right? The Greeks got the symbology, including the Chi-Rho-gram from the Egyptians, and the Chi-Rho comes from the Egyptian Ankh. All right. Okay, just so nobody thinks that the Ankh comes from the cross, I'm gonna show y'all some timelines, right? So the Ankh is an Egyptian symbol. Right here, we have a chronology of key events that happened in Egypt, right? So we got the settlement of the Nile Valley in 7000 BC. We got the kingdoms of Upper and Lower Egypt in 3000 BC, right? The Persian conquest and all the other bullshit that happened after that, right? But what we can see is that this says 7000 BC, meaning before Christ. This shit happened in the settlement of the Nile began 7,000 years before Christ even existed. The settlement on the Nile began 7,000 years before Christ even existed. The Ankh definitely came before the cross. All right, clearly because it says it came before Christ. All right, the cross wasn't even created until the 4th century, which was about 300 BC or 300 AD. Right, this logo wasn't even created until after Jesus Christ died, allegedly, because Jesus Christ didn't even die on this cross. He died on a stick like this without the T part, right? So this symbol wasn't even created until 300 AD. So we know that we didn't get the cross from the Ankh. So we know off that alone, Christians get some of their symbols and knowledge from the Egyptians. That's clear as day. The Ankh and the Ark and the Christ are all representations of spirit forming into matter. Okay? Father is spirit carrying the seed, mother is the child, child is son forming the Trinity. All right, if we look at 3000 BC, boom, we got the Ankh, right? This is the male, this is the phallus or the penis, right? This is the fallopian tubes right here, and this is the womb, right? Or this is the woman, right? This is based on feminine principles of nature, spirituality, and peace, because we have a male, a female, and the child, right? Father, mother, child. But patriarchy and the Europeans, they came around and they brought this into the common era, this cross. They removed the woman. They removed the woman and just made it male, right? This is why you see a lot of Christian and Greek art, because homosexuality derived out of their culture. Okay. They're very patriarchal and don't really I don't want to say don't like women, but they don't give women their level of respect that they should, right? This is based on masculine principles of theocracy, politics, and war, right? So the Ankh, let's take a look at this. Y'all, don't forget that the word Ankh, ark, and ark, I just wrote this twice. I wrote this ark right here so that you could see that they just switched this K to a C, right? But ark and Ankh are the same words if you switch these letters around, y'all. You feel me? So we got the pregnant womb, uterus, and placenta, fallopian tubes and ovaries, and the vaginal cortex. Ankh is the ancient symbol of the eternal womb of birth. The Ankh is the feminine energy, wand representing birth, creativity, fertility, potential new life, eternal life, and blessings. The ring represents the pregnant mother, uterus, and placenta, carrying the eggs of life. The color is red for the fertile placenta. The outreaching arms represent the fallopian tubes and ovaries carrying the potential eggs. The color black is for our children, the potential eggs of purpose awaiting their conception. The lower shaft represents the vortex, the vaginal canal that brings forth life. The color represents fertility of life, creation, and new birth. Gold represents the sun rays of light, warmth, and enlightenment of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. So this just goes to show you how the Egyptians respected women based off of their symbol. Their main symbol was a representation of the woman, right? And a family. In the Bible, the first thing they teach you was that it's a woman's fault that we even sinning in the first place. It's a woman's fault that all this is even happening, and that's not true, y'all. So don't ever accept that. That was a way for them to psychologically program men to hate women subconsciously, right? Because they like male to male, all right? Right? And we can go into the homosexual agenda and all that, but this is not the presentation for that. Okay. So we about to connect numerology with Christianity, right? We're about to connect numerology with Christianity. Okay, so let's look at the number 12. All right, so numerology is the relationship between numbers, letters, and coinciding events, right? Like 1111, 444, right? Okay. Numerology are also the relationship between numbers, letters, astrology, and other universal systems. All right. So, some interesting things related to the number 12, right? Okay. There's 12 hours in a day, right? There's 12 months in a year, right? There's 12 constellations that travel around the sun or zodiacs, okay? Right? Now, there are also 12 disciples that travel around Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is the Son, right? Jesus started his pilgrimage to Jerusalem at the age of 12, right? So remember we was talking about the sun, and they might say it's 78 degrees. That is a measurement of the distance between the sun and the earth, right? Degrees. We're measuring like 82 degrees north, 82 degrees west, right? L is the 12th letter of the alphabet, right? L is another word for God, right? L means God, like Elohim. In Hebrew, L means God, like Elohim, right? So light, like the letter L itself, starts with EL, like L, meaning God. The letter L is God, right? So it starts the word light, right? Remember, God is the sun, right? Angel, angle, bending means to bend. L meaning God, bending light, right? You got archangels, all right? The word Lord starts with L, right? Remember, letters are words too. E-L. L. The letter L is E-L. All right? Archangels. All of the archangels' names end in L. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Sealtiel, however you say that, Judiel, and Barachiel. Do you think that is a coincidence? No. The word electricity starts with L, right? Electricity is what our body runs off of. Without electricity, your body would not be running. When you go to the if you go to the people that go to the doctors, they get defibrillated with electricity to shock their heart to get their heart pumping back because your heart is pumping off electricity. Your thoughts are electrical impulses from one nerve to the next, right? This is what your thoughts look like when they travel from one nerve to your brain. This is a thought, travels over here, boom. All right. So it makes sense that the word L is in front of electricity. All right. Elite. Okay. Elder. Elevate. All these words are close to God. Electronics. That's one of them tricky ones. You gotta think about that. Why would electronics start with EL? Because they're trying to make electronics the new God, right? Election. You're voting for who you want to see in charge or who you want to be the most powerful, right? The word Lord starts with L. Okay. Now, earlier, honestly, I should have put this closer towards the beginning of my slide, towards the alpha part. But remember when we was going over alpha, beta, right? And we were talking about alpha, beta is really, or is comes from Aleph, or my bad, the letter A comes from alpha, and alpha comes from the Phoenician Aleph, right? So Aleph means male, father, or bull. Okay. Letters. Remember in numerology, I told y'all letters are numerology is the study of how words and numbers and other universal systems correlate, right? So letters are representative of numbers. So A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, right? So 1 is Aleph, right, which is father. 2 is Beth, which is mother, man and woman, mother and father. So you got Aleph plus Beth, man plus woman, 1 plus 2, A plus B. I'm showing you these are Aleph plus Beth. Everything on this left side is man. Everything on this right side is woman. Aleph, man, 1 and A is man. Beth, woman, 2 and B is woman, right? So you got Aleph plus Beth, man plus woman, 1 plus 2, A plus B. A plus B equals C, 1 plus 2 equals 3, right? Father, mother, son, or Christ. That's why the letter C starts. That's why the letter. That's why the word Christ starts with C, because the word Christ starts with C, because they did that on purpose. Because you got Father, Son, or Father, Holy Ghost equals the Son. Aleph plus Beth equals Son. Remember, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, the Trinity. 1 plus 2 is 3. Y'all, the letters and the numbers are representative of each other. Okay. A plus B equals Christ. 1 plus 2 equals Trinity. You see, A plus B equals C. That's the Christ. 1 plus 2 equals 3, which is the Trinity. Man plus woman equals child. That's why child starts with the letter C, right? Okay. The alpha bit or alpha beta explains the divine masculine and divine principles within the letters. Remember, Bethlehem is house of bread. Jesus is the bread. Father, spirit, mother, matter, son, child. All right. Right. In the Bible, where the W in the word is capital, where the W in word is capitalized, it sometimes is used to reference Jesus. So for example, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him. Now look, y'all, see how much they're referring to the Word? Yeah, the word does represent Jesus. But in the beginning was the Word. That's what they're talking about. When I was showing y'all the electromagnetic spectrum and radio waves was coming first, and I said we use radio waves to talk. In the beginning was the Word. This is what they're talking about. It's the Bible is coded. You don't know what they're talking about. You think you know what they're talking about, but this is how they communicate with each other without letting you know. This is why you can replace W and put L, and it's a different word, right? And they mean the same thing. And the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him, yada 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 yada. Right? You can replace W with replace W with L. Right? In the beginning was the Lord, and the Lord was with God, and the Lord was God. Right? The letters are interchangeable, y'all. Right? Remember the electromagnetic spectrum. Sound frequency is the source of all frequency. Right? God spoke things into existence because everything started as radio waves. Here it says Luke 8:11. Now the parable is the seed is the word of God. The seed is the word of God, meaning that everything started from words. Everything started from frequency. That was the seed. When the universe spoke, everything was created. All right. right? All right, so we got the word logos. All right, when the word is translated to Greek, the word is when word is logos when it's translated into Greek. All right, this is the Greek is what the Bible was originally written in, right? So logos can also be pronounced logos or logos, like a log. When you log something, logos, right? Think logos, think law, right? So logos, the rational principle that governs and develops the universe. The word is the rational principle that governs and develops the universe. Logos, and the word is the rational principle that governs and develops the universe. All right. Law, like logos, law. All right. The word logos sounds like law. All right. Now listen, for the Lord is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. The Lord is our king. Remember, the word is our judge. You can replace the L. The word is our lawgiver. The word is our king. It is he who will save us. All right, y'all. So the word is the law. All right. So now look, I'm about to show y'all something. A photon is a particle of light, like this. All right. That's what light is made out of, photons. This is the symbol that represents a photon in science. This is really the lowercase of the Greek letter gamma, right? Which is G, right? Gamma in Greek is G, right? So this letter represents a light particle, a beam of light, a light particle, right? This is the upper and lower case of gamma, right? Hold on, I think I said gamma was G. Hold on, let me go make sure because I don't think it is. Hold on. What slide am I on? Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So where's gamma? Yes, gamma is G, so I was right. I'm sorry. Boom. We back. Okay. So this is the upper and lower case of gamma. All right. Notice capital gamma right here is an upside down L, right? L is also the first letter for light and Lord. And remember, a photon is a particle of light, right? Photon is a particle of light. This is the symbol for light, right? And it comes from this Greek letter L, right? And L is light. It makes up light, y'all. I know this is blowing y'all mind. I know this got to be blowing y'all mind, right? The letter L is also a right angle, like the Freemason symbol, right? And the Freemason symbol is a G with this over it. And gamma, it starts with a G, y'all. You get what I'm saying? So just some things to pay attention to. You see how they take letters, they flip them around, they make them different. You don't even know that they doing it, and they finessing the shit out of us, right? So let's look at the word grammar, right? The whole system and structure of a language or of languages in general, usually taken as consisting of syntax and morphology, and sometimes as phonology and semantics. Okay. All right. I'm about to read this for y'all. This is from Edom Online. Grammar. Latin grammar, rules of Latin. Incantation spells mumbo jumbo. Remember, etymology is the origin of and the true meanings of a word, right? This shit says magic, incantation, and spells, right? All right, look. Hey, I'm just gonna read this all to you because I know some important stuff in here. Okay. A much broader word in Latin and Greek, restrictions of the meaning to systematic account of the rules and uses of language, is a post-classical development. In reference to English usage by late 16th century, rules of a language to which speakers and writers must conform, meaning a treatise on grammar. For the magic sense, compare grammary. The sense evolution is characteristics of the Dark Ages, learning and general knowledge peculiar to the learned classes, which included astrology and magic, right? All right, this was the occult knowledge, y'all. All right, all right. A grimoire, and the word grimoire, hold on. Okay. The word grimoire and grammar are related, right? A grimoire is a magician's manual for invoking demons, from French grimoire, altered from grammaire. Remember? Remember? Latin grammar, rules of Latin, Old French grammaire, right? A grimoire is a magician's manual for invoking demons. Demons, from French grammaire. Incantation, also grammar or grammary. We know, I already showed y'all the prefixes and suffixes, so we know that all these words are connected. It's no denying these words. I showed y'all the prefixes, the roots, the suffixes. We know how words are built, y'all. This is what this shit is really going on. All right. So we're gonna look at the word verbs. All right, a verb is a word used to describe actions, right? The vibration of sound is called verberation, right? Like a reverb. Like verberation is the vibration of sounds. So the word verb means action. So we know prefixes and suffixes. This verberation means action, right? So sounds are actually physical, right? A verb, a verb is used to describe action. So verberation is the action of sound, right? So words are just as powerful as actions, if not more, or they at least they can be. All right. So let's look at the word baptism, y'all. And we close to the end, y'all. We at baptism, right? So let's look at the word baptism. A ceremonial immersion in water or application of water as an initiatory rite or sacrament of the Christian church. Okay. Okay. As an initiatory rite or sacrament of the Christian church. Right. Okay. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Now let's look at the word covenant. An agreement usually formal between two or more persons to do or not to do something specified. Right? Let's break down the word covenant into two words. Coven and ant. Okay? Coven etymologically is a gathering of witches. Okay? A rite is a formal or ceremonial act or procedure prescribed or customary in religious or other solemn use. So a rite starts the word ritual, right? So a baptism is a ceremonial rite, which is a ritual, which is a covenant between you and God. A covenant is a promise, right? An agreement usually formal between two or more persons to do something specified. When you have a baptism, that is a ritual, and you're making a covenant with witches because they're teaching magic in that bitch, for sure. They teaching magic in that bitch, right? All right. Right comes from the word ritual, right? Ritual comes from ritualis. Rites are often performed by secret societies and religious infrastructures. Okay. The word right is phonetically right. Y'all, look, this is how we write. We're casting spells. This is why they call it spelling, y'all. This is what I mean when they use silent letters to hide other words, right? Because you never looked at the word right and knew that it had right in there, right? Like right aid or right like RIGHT. Okay. Right aid. They're doing rituals. They're not selling I'm not gonna say they're doing rituals because I'm not trying to get you feel me, but they're selling pharmaceuticals that aren't made from earth, right? That's a ritual. That's a ritual. Y'all performing witchcraft in there. Y'all making all type of shit, feeding it to people, making people act all crazy. That's a ritual. To me. You feel me? This is what I mean when they hide letters and put words together. All right? Right? This is why the combining of letters to create words is called spelling. Because we're literally casting spells every time we write, y'all. Right? Spells and magic can be used for good and evil. All right. So use your power wisely. There's positive and negative energy, masculine and feminine energy throughout the English language. Be careful how you use your words. All right. We can use our words for positive. So when you perform the typical baptism, you are participating in a ritual surrounded by witches, wizards, performing spells, praising false gods. The churches of man have been infiltrated by the elites, and I know this may be a lot for some, but it's the truth and it must be recognized. Y'all got to know that this is what symbolically is going on and what is psychologically going on, right? If you're going to participate, we need to at least know the full spectrum of it. All right. True baptism is achieved within the body through one's own journey and healing of self. Most people will not ever fully achieve spiritual freedom through religion because of the mental and spiritual walls set up in its doctrine. All right. Religion will not fully equip you with the necessary teachings and practices to elevate you to your higher self. All right. All right. That's where your true baptism is going to come in. Your true baptism is going to come in from going within self, cleansing yourself, going deep within, really understanding oneself. This is spiritual cleansing. This is a true baptism. This is the cleansing of the mind and cleansing of the soul of all these negative energies. So now when we look at these words, our brain can start to do the rewiring, right? When we start to look at these negative words, we can rewire, right? We can rewire our brains to not allow that negative energy to come in subconsciously. It's already subconsciously happening, right? So the word pray. When you pray to an external God, you are disempowering yourself. It's almost like saying God didn't give you enough power to create your own miracles. And you are constantly asking him to do everything. You are the prey. You are acting weak. You are acting like you aren't strong enough to go out and get what it is. You are playing the victim role. That's what it means when you pray, right? So you are supposed to manifest. All right. Right. The reason Christianity is also bad is because the external savior scam. The idea of somebody coming back to save you is to scam you, is a scam to rob you out of your spiritual journey. Right. The idea of somebody coming back to save you is a scam to rob you out of your spiritual journey. You know why? Because now you won't use your spiritual power to manifest what it is you want in reality. Now you won't get up and help anybody or try to change the world because you think somebody's coming back to fix it all. So you could just wait for them to come back, right? It allows you to not take responsibility for your actions because you can say it was the devil that made me do that, right? So these are the type of negative limitations that are put on you through religion and through Christianity and how it limits you spiritually, because there's only so much science. Certain people won't question certain ideas or open their mind up to certain ideas because they know that it's considered questioning God, which is a sin. And they feel like, according to their moral beliefs, they're going against God. So they won't question certain things they won't understand or ask God to lead them to the way, because if it's not explained in the Bible, it's considered to be questioning God. If the pastor can't explain to you what he's saying or what the Bible is talking about, it's considered questioning God. All right. It teaches and conditions you into not wanting to stand up for yourself because you believe there's something coming back to save you. So you don't have to do anything about it. All right. Also conditions you to not take responsibility for the good and bad in your life and only take responsibility for the bad. All right. So that is the end of words are actually spells, y'all. Hold on, let me make sure I'm looking at all these. Okay. Yep. That is the end of words are actually spells, y'all. I actually want to say one more thing after all of this. From this, y'all, make sure that when you go into your reality and when you go into the world, you are defining things. You aren't just saying things like, for example, instead of saying the house is messy, there's dirt on the table, there's this and that, or such and such, this is dirty, this needs to be clean. Just say clean up. Instead of saying don't run, or instead of saying don't run before you knock over the lamp, or stop running in the house before you trip and fall and break your neck, just say walk. Be more definitive. Define things more, right? Speak what it is that you want instead of saying everything else that you don't want. Be real and put that energy out into the world. Don't say all the extra blabber around it. Be direct with the universe, y'all. But that is the end of words are actually spells. That is the end of word are actually spells, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all drop some comments. Tell me what y'all think. This is my first presentation. I think I did a decent job. I'm happy to see that everybody's still in here that started off, and I plan on doing more of these. This went good. It was a little bit longer than I expected, but yeah, y'all, how'd y'all like it? Anybody have any questions? Thank you, Jerry. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And after doing this presentation, thank you, Valerie. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all. After doing this presentation, I think that a lot more people were supposed to be in this presentation. A lot more people bought tickets than that actually showed up. And because everybody paid, I want to leave this up for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I know some people pay for it. I know you guys pay for it, and I appreciate you guys supporting because I put a lot of work into this. Like I said, I spent $80 on the flyer alone. So you guys pay and you guys support it. So I'm gonna leave this up, and if you guys want to share it with a friend, you guys pay for this. So if you want to share it, go ahead and share it. You know what I'm saying? But that's on you guys because you guys invested into this and you guys actually paid. So that would be taken away from y'all. But I also want people to be able to learn from this. You know what I'm saying? Because I made money from it, so I'm not losing anything from it. But after a while, I am going to take it down just out of the respect of you guys. But I do want this knowledge to be out here because it's not about money. It's not about money. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want people robbing you guys and just waiting for me to leave it up after the fact. So I'm gonna take it down and leave it unlisted. I'm gonna make it public for a little bit so that people can see, and then I'm gonna make it unlisted so that you guys can still just go back to the email and get the link. And if you guys can't ever access the link, just let me know and I'll send y'all another personal link so that y'all can watch it over. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate that. I'll be in everyone that I possibly can. Thank you, Jay Murray. I appreciate y'all. There will be said, will there be a replay? Yes, I'm gonna leave this up. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Somebody's at my door. Hold on. So yeah, y'all. I can't wait to okay. I'm about to go downstairs real quick for a second, y'all. Give me a second. We're gonna finish up the conversation downstairs.